conversation online and be a part of WCTC's real-time talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
Think we could listen to the radio or something?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
7:08, it's hour number 2 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It's Bert Barron. Good morning to you. Welcome back inside the Ford's Jeweler Studios. 52, nice and mild, some light rain falling. We'll get to the mid-60s today. Traffic and weather update coming up at 7:15, and our contest a little bit later on, too, for the one-year membership to Retro Fitness. All right. Let's welcome in my guest who's joining me now on the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. He's a top motorsports driver and a team owner who just published a book called Bulletproof for Life. And what an incredible story he has. So let's welcome in a USRA racing champion, Justin Peck, who is joining us this morning here on Jersey Central. Justin, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
Good morning, Bert. How are you today?
Good. It's good to talk to you, man. Help my audience and help me understand how a guy on the outside, if you look at what you've been able to accomplish in your life, a champion-level driver, you're a national series winner. You probably have a closet just jam-packed with hardware and trophies that you've won. Some people might look at you, Justin, and say, you're living the dream. What could possibly be going on with this guy? But there's kind of a dark side to you and what you're doing, and you talk about it in this book, right? Let's get to understand exactly what's going on with Justin Peck.
Perfect. So, on my end, I mean, I was diagnosed about 16 years ago with Class 1 bipolar disorder. So, being where I'm at now in life, I look back and kind of realize that I started with the disorder back when I was 13, and it's one of those things that the best way for me to explain it to people is that my brain chemical just doesn't function like their brain chemical. It's an invisible disorder, and so. There's the crazy highs and there's the crazy lows, and for me, it's always a constant battle to try to find what balance is, but ultimately, I push hard. That's all I can do. Push hard and try every day.
Yeah, man, and this unfortunately drove you to a place, Justin. It literally took you right to the edge, and dare I say that. In a perfect world, if everything went as planned, you and I would not be having this conversation right now, right?
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, it was 16 years ago. Did my normal routine, woke up in the morning, kissed the wife, kissed the kids, grabbed the dog, put the dog in the truck, and made my way to work. Instead of going to work, I found myself at the top of a canyon that I'd been to a couple times. Within 5 or 6 minutes, I'm watching my dog run around, listening to music, and writing some notes to friends and family. I mean, I had absolutely no intentions of anything. And there was just at one point a brief 30-second irrational thinking moment that I gave up. And I reached into my glove box, grabbed my pistol, I loaded it, put it at my head, and pulled the trigger. And what happened after that was actually pretty incredible. I mean, I got a pretty good adrenaline rush off of it. So, but I also did think that I had screwed it up. So I unchambered the bullet, and it fell on the ground, and I picked up the bullet and saw where the firing pin had hit. And it was kind of one of those defining moments in my life that I've realized that there's a purpose. And, with the adrenaline that I got off of it, it kind of pulled me out of the funk that I was in. And that's actually when I went to the doctor and said, hey, man, like something's up.
Wow. I mean, that's the ground floor, Justin. I mean, it doesn't get any lower than that, man. And it had to be for you like, hey, wait a minute, this happened for a reason. I'm supposed to be here. There's something else I need to accomplish in this lifetime. And it looks like what your goal is now is you're getting the word out and you're talking to people and trying to give some inspiration and some hope to people is kind of how you're doing your life now, right?
No, absolutely. I mean, I look at it like when I was growing up, if you were to talk about bipolar disorder, back when I was growing up, that wasn't even a word. People had no idea what that meant. And so growing up with knowing that I was, kind of a little goofier than other kids, it made me socially awkward. And then as I got older, I realized that I was different than others. When I would tell people that, my thoughts and kind of the way that I was going through, I was considered weird. I was, the stigma was there. And I reached a point about 4 years ago where I'm tired of the stigma. I'm tired of people thinking that the people with mental disorder that we're crazy, that we shouldn't do the things that we do. And so, ultimately, at the end of the day, that's my mission. My main mission is mental health advocacy. I want to bring it to light and to explain to people that it's not something that's debilitating. You can push through it as long as you strive to be better than you were yesterday. You're going to succeed at everything that you do.
Man, unbelievable. Justin Peck is our guest this morning here on Jersey Central, publishing a memoir, a very inspirational story called Bulletproof for Life, and it's been an amazing ride for him. Justin, tell me how you were able to deal with all this going on through your life and these demons that you were dealing with on a daily basis. How did you manage to, while this was going on, to become an elite race car driver? Because contrary to what people think, and I'm a motorsports fan, I know the difference. Driving a race car is an art and a skill, much like learning to play a guitar or play a piano or hit a baseball. You have to work at being a race car driver. You are an athlete seated behind the wheel of a machine that's going 200 miles per hour. How were you able to, while all this was going on inside of you, develop this skill to become an elite athlete at what you're doing?
So that's good. That's a good way to put it. It's from outside looking in, right? So for me, when I put on my helmet, the second that I put on my helmet and I'm looking through the visor, sitting in the race car, that is peace for me. That's serenity. That is the only time in my life that everything is focused, everything is clear. So the disorder goes away, the stress goes away, the anxiety goes away, everything goes away for me. So when I started racing, I realized that. And then when I start driving, when we're jumping these trucks 200 feet, it's just, it's an amazing experience, and that's kind of where I go with.
So this sort of served as an escape for you for what was going on inside.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Unbelievable. The book, Bulletproof for Life, what was that process like? Did you feel like it was sort of a step in your recovery to kind of get your story out there and hopefully, touch some other people with it?
Yeah. Still there?
Yeah, we're here, sure.
Yeah, it's the step in the life that here again, it's bringing awareness to mental health. That's the main goal at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, bless you, man. Keep at it. And it was great to talk to you today. You still doing any competitive racing and still involved in motorsports?
Yeah. We're racing 38 weekends this year. In fact,
Wow.
last weekend I was in Arizona in a race car. So,
Man.
nonstop.
Man, bless you. JustinPeck.com, is that the best way to follow your career and stay in touch?
Yes, sir.
Cool stuff. And the book, Bulletproof for Life, all the major retailers and the online places, too, people can get the book?
Yeah, right now we're just on the website.
Mm-hmm.
We're working with Amazon, Barnes & Noble, those type of things, but I'm self-published, and so it takes a little bit of time.
Wow, quite a story. Justin Peck, number 49. Thanks for your time this morning, man, and continued success to you, and you're helping people, which I think is an important thing. So thank you for everything you're doing, and I appreciate the time today, all right?
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, Justin Peck, my guest on the Jersey Central.